Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome. I have a special guest here. Her name is Helema.
Hi.
It's so nice having you here.
Oh.
But before anything else, guess what? I'm going to sing. Such a day, yeah. Such a mighty fine day. Yeah, yeah. Helema, thank you for coming here.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Yes. It's cozy.
It
Now,
is.
The reason why I asked Helema here is because, number one, she's a great singer, okay? That's number one.
Thank you.
And number two, she has a show coming up. And number three, she's got lots to share because Helema has been in the business. She knows so much about singing, about acting, screenwriting. Let her tell you about, different things. Just tell them about you, huh? Okay.
So I am a singer, songwriter, actress, and playwright. And I've been doing this for many years. The singing, I've been singing for a long, long time.
Yeah.
I grew up in a musical family. My father was a drummer and jazz drummer,
Yes.
and he played with greats like McCoy Tyner,
Yes.
Charlie Parker, Sonny Rollins.
Yes.
And it was just, and I didn't know these people when I was a kid.
And they were great. They were famous
Yeah.
names.
Yes.
But sometimes it's kind of better that you didn't know because you would have been in awe or like maybe nervous, and instead it was just
But I was a kid, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter. But it was just that time. It was just so much confusion, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
because I didn't know what was happening. But
yes.
music just, it woke me up, and I decided I want to be a singer.
And that was in your teen years, was it?
Actually, it was younger. I was
wow.
younger. I was probably at least 10.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And 10 was when I started doing shows. 10 or
Oh,
11.
really? Wow.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, so that got you into singing,
Yes.
right? That got you started in singing, and you've been singing for quite a while. What are some of the people that you ended up on stage with yourself?
The Fifth Dimension.
Yeah.
Al Wilson. Mary Wilson from the Supremes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And that's exciting, but there was one that influenced you a lot. Tell our audience about that because that's special.
Yes.
Yeah.
Al Wilson. And he was like a mentor, and I remember watching him on stage performing. The one thing I remember the most was that he would get on stage and he would start singing. It was almost like he was doing a mic check at the same time while he's performing.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
but it just went so smooth, and no one noticed. And so I started doing that too before I get on stage, and then there was another time I was singing with my sister, but before we got on stage, I felt nervous.
Oh, yeah.
And so I would knock on his door, and he would let us in, and I would let him know I'm not feeling confident. He would sit us down and encourage us. And
Oh, wow. He was a mentor.
yeah, he was a mentor.
He was, there are very few people, I think, a lot of times there's very few people that come along while they're performing too
Yeah.
and actually take, and actually take the time to help you,
Yeah.
to be there for you.
Right.
Excuse me.
Yes. Yeah, he was always there for me and for my sister. I'll never forget him.
That's
Never.
excellent. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Now, you've been singing and you took lessons here for quite a while, right?
Long
you did
time.
shows here.
Yes.
But then you had told me you wanted to do a one-woman show.
Yes.
And so talk about that. What caused that?
I have so many friends that they would sit down and they would share, their stories, young or old. It really didn't matter.
Yeah.
And so as I'm listening to their stories and their history, I was thinking about my history.
Yeah.
Right. And thinking, wait a minute, why don't I write a one-woman show and make it a musical since I sing anyway?
Yeah.
And so I did. I started it, and I call my show, Who Am I? A Human Revolution.
Yes, and I've seen it. It's excellent, okay? And Halima just does so much. You do so much with your voice.
I do. I do 19 characters, and these are all different voices. I do my mother, my twin sister, my brother, a character that's more like a personification, like a devil. And devils usually they
Holding you
sound-
back. Yeah.
Or there's another character that I do, like a little girl, and the voice is really really up high, and so it's a lot of work.
Wow.
A lot of work.
Yeah. And you were saying that you had to speak really high.
Yeah.
And then you had to go really low.
Right.
And so the fact that you're a singer has really helped.
Yes. Vocalizing. Learning from
okay.
you.
Oh, there you go.
Vocal exercises.
Yes, so important.
Yeah.
Speak to the audience about exercising their voice and how important it is, because I don't think a lot of times we realize, especially when we become pros,
Yes.
and we're working and working. I gotta get up there. I gotta talk to the stage manager. I gotta talk to the band. I gotta do this. I have to talk to the agent. Somebody, and you forget that you have to take care of you and warm up
Right.
your muscles. So speak to the audience about that, because it a lot of times they forget how much prep needs to be done here for this.
Right. So anytime before I perform, I do vocalize. And it doesn't have to take that long. I'll do vocal exercises for about 5 or 10 minutes just to get my muscles, to wake up my vocal muscles. And when working out, you have your muscles, and your muscles are expanding, but then I hope I'm making sense, folks.
Yeah.
So to get those muscles to relax and strong,
Yeah.
I vocalize.
Yeah. And the fact that you've vocalized a lot, your muscles have a certain amount of strength.
Right.
But then you've got to it's like waking it up. It's like, okay, come on, honey, we're doing our stuff. We're gonna start working hard now. Because if you're gonna go really high, then you need to exercise the voice high. You're gonna go low, exercise it low. So you've done those exercises, you have them, and the fact that you utilize them is just kudos to you.
No, kudos to you.
Oh, no, you.
Okay. Okay. Back and forth. But anyway, seriously, this lady has helped me so much, with my voice, gave me so much more confidence as a performer, and depths of gratitude to you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And performance, too. There are several things that we went over about performing, and there was a story about breathing that you shared. Would you share that with the audience?
So it was like one day I felt like, I'm not sounding great. I'm feeling, I'm sounding hoarse. I need some water. Because I always thought that anytime I'm feeling yucky
Or tight.
Yeah. I need to get some water.
Yeah.
But then I realized that no, I don't need water. I need to breathe in. I need to breathe in and breathe out. And so the more I did that, the clearer my voice sounded.
Yeah.
And it was relaxed.
Yes.
And it just felt so good. And I knew that, telling myself, I don't need water. I just need to, wake up my muscles.
Yeah, and that's what we had gone over in the lesson.
Yeah.
And it was one time when Helema was here singing, you were singing a song, and she kept going back and forth to the water.
Oh, yes.
And I stopped her, and I thought about it, and I thought, wait a second, something else is necessary.
Yeah.
And then it came to me, no, you've got to do more breathing. And that's when you started taking a breath. And because we do think, I think it's a natural thing to think, I need to take some water and clear my vocal folds, clear up everything. When in fact it isn't. You need to breathe and clear out the body. And that also, when we were talking before, that it came out that your body starts relaxing as well. Because with breathing, you're aerating the whole body. And so it's relaxing, causing a lack of tension. And so now the muscles are saying, okay, I'm going to work for you now. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's time. Okay, I think she wants us to work. Let's go.
Okay,
honey.
we're ready.
Exactly. And it does prepare them to be ready because now they're receiving the messages. The body is relaxed. There's not tension. As opposed to, caution, caution, we've got to tighten more. Yeah. So, and that is what is so rewarding with teaching. As well as being a singer myself, a bell goes on in my head of what I need to do as well. So it reminds, no matter how successful and how long you've been singing, you always have things that you need to learn. So even though I'm a teacher, I'm learning as well. And that's the great thing is when you're teaching that it brings on the things that people need if you're really in tune with what they need. Not just teaching, singing and normal things. It's like, no, what does that individual need? What does that person need at that time to get them what they need right then so that they can carry it with them for the rest of their lives. For the rest of their lives. and that's the big deal for me. Knowing that I can get that across, at that moment that you need it. I looked there because that's where you were sitting, and it was right over there, and you were getting the water. I remembered it, and it's so neat because it's like, bang, it's just what you needed. And then you carry that with you. That's exciting. That's why teaching excites me. Not only singing myself, but the fact that I can find what that person needs right at that time. And it doesn't matter what it is. It's like, and sometimes it takes more questions to ask and listening more, and then finally it starts coming through. It's like, okay, that's what they need.
You know what I appreciate too, Marquita did that for me that day, was that what I like about your teaching is it's not only teaching, but the person. You know what I mean? You know the person, and it's so humanistic of you to help us to dig deep. You know what I mean?
And you have to dig. You have to want to be right in there inside and going, what are you thinking? What are you needing? What's going on in you? And that's why I'm not teaching, I'm coaching.
Right.
And caring.
That's
the C thing.
The caring.
Coaching, caring, and causing consistency in your talent. We got 3 C's. I love 3s. Really, Marquita, what is this? No, it's true. It's so important. So now I think did we hit everything that we needed to?
My show.
When is your show going to be?
My show is December 9th. At 8 p.m., that's a Friday night, and it will be at the Zephyr Theater. And I have another show that's February 2nd, 2024, also at 8 p.m. at the Whitefire Theater.
Oh, that's great. I am so thrilled that you decided to follow through on what you had talked about.
Yes.
Because Helema talked about doing a one-woman show. You were just singing. You were solo singing, and that was a new thing for you too, the solo singing.
Right.
That was a great thing. So Helema you had worked as a duo with your sister, right?
I did.
Yes.
Twin sister.
Yes.
And we would sing backups for recording artists at recording studios, and we were doing that for a long time.
And you did shows together too.
And we did shows together too.
With the name artists, And the thing is that you broke out and did a solo singing. And that, you needed the courage to do that. And just talk to the people here to have courage. And then you went a step further and you wrote a one-woman show.
Yeah.
With all these different 19 voices.
Right.
You followed through on what you wanted to do. So talk to them about having courage with their talent.
Having courage. I used to, like, when I sing with my sister, I'm just now thinking about this. I enjoy singing with my sister because, excuse me, because I'm hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hiding. I don't want to get out there and sing alone. So I was scared to do that.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is. So I get used to, singing backups with other artists. But then that's when I start thinking, if I want to go out there and have the courage to sing alone and sound good too,
Yeah.
I just got to I just got to be brave, bite the bullet, and just do it.
Brave. And that's what you need to be, is brave.
Yeah.
You need to follow through, right? They need to follow through on your dreams, on your desires.
Yeah.
Now, even if you aren't going to go and be a solo singer, you're not, wanting to be on stage, you love singing. There are so many people that I teach that just love singing. And they just want to better their voice. They sing in a choir. They want to better their voice. In Singing for a Lifetime, the ones that are in there, the majority, are not pro singers. They're not looking to be pro singers. There's a lady who's got this magnificent yoga company, and she just wants to better her instrument. That's it. Another one's in the choir. But the fact is that they're doing it. They're working their muscles and they're singing and they love it. So no matter where you are, what your goals are, right?
Right.
That you need to allow yourself to fulfill those goals and not stay here.
Yes.
That's where we get caught. We get caught in here. And we get afraid to come out here with our voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't do that.
No.
No. Helema, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
wonderful.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
A sweet sister of mine, she is.
Yes.
Okay, so all I have to say is that you've got to go to marquitawaters.com and go to Singing for a Lifetime. That's where you can do vocal workouts. And the reason I want you to check this out is because, as Helema knows, you've got to work your muscles. If you don't work your muscles, they're not going to respond for you, okay? So it's so important that you do it consistently.
Yes.
And that's what we talked about before.
Yes.
Doing it consistently. And that's what Helema did. And you took private lessons, which are expensive. But Singing for a Lifetime is not expensive, but you can be consistent. And that's so, so good. All you do is hear me. Nobody hears your bloopers. So, go there, check it out. And you know what? With us today, I want you to leave a comment. Tell us what you thought about our conversation here, how it may have helped you, and it really helps the channel too. What can I say? What can I say?
Yeah, what can you say?
We all need a little help from our friends.
Right. As the song goes.
Yeah, little help.
From my friends.
Helema, it's been so much fun, like I said.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And like I said, we'll do it again.
Okay.
Before your show, because she has that show again, December 9th, and on the social media. I'll try and remember to get that out.
Okay.
Okay? All right, we're going to say bye, but I'm going to say first, such a day, yeah, such a mighty fine day, yeah. Woo. Bye, 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 bye. Woo. Bye. See ya.